odd numbers that have digits 1, 2, 3, 4, which occur exactly each once. Now this question is obviously again from number theory, where we are supposed to find the last two digits of 5 power 2024. Now 5 power 2024, last two digits, mod 100. So first we take 5 is 5 mod 100. So next we square it up. So 5 square is 25 mod 100. Now again we will take the cube as well, where 5 cube is 125 mod 100, which reduces to 25 mod 100. Now we'll square this part, so that will become 5 power 4 is 625 mod 100, which is again 25 mod 100. So extending the logic of cyclicity to a double digit number also, we can see that there is a cyclicity of 1. Like for every one each power of 5, the 25 mod 100 repeats itself. So definitely the last two digits of 5 power 2024 are going to be 25. Now we have ABCD quadrilateral with ADC is 70, ACD is 70 as well, and ACB is 10 degrees, BAD is 110 degrees. Now the measure of CAB, alright, now this is pretty obvious. Since this is 70 and 70, this is going to be what? 180 minus 70 plus 70, so this is 40. Since this is 40, this part is 70 degrees. Alright? So this part is 70 degrees, whereas CAB. So it is very obvious that the answer is already so this question is from geometry, but it's a very simple question. So we've got A is x by y plus y is y by z plus z by x, and B is x by z plus y by x plus z by y. Now C is x by y plus y by z into y by z plus z by x into z by x plus x by y. Now what can we clearly see from this part? So this is a question from algebra, so we've got to think about some algebraic methods where it is very evident that x by y plus y by z is a portion of A, where this can also be written as A minus z by x, and also y by z plus z by x. This part is again a portion of A, where this can also be written A minus x upon y. Now the third part pertains to z by x plus x by y, where this can be obviously written as A minus y by z. Now we've got a multiplication to perform. Now this part, if you can see, this is very evident that it's a cubic in A. The expression turns to be a cubic in A, where A cube minus x by y plus y by z plus z by x into A square plus z by x into x by y plus x by y into y by z plus y by z into z by x plus x by y into y by z into z by x. Now, there is an important observation to make. So this part pertains to A. Now this can be written as A, correct? Now since this turns into A, this part is A cube minus A into A square. So this cancels out. Now, it is not so hard to understand that what we've got is the x is cancelling itself, y is cancelling itself, and z is cancelling itself. So what we're left with is this whole part, whatever part we have, this is b. So what we have is c equal to b into a, and this turns into x getting cancelled, y getting cancelled, and z getting cancelled. So c equals ba plus 1. Now what we're asked is modulus of ab minus c. So from here it's very obvious the answer is 1. Correct? Now we have done 5 questions so far, in which the answers are: for 1 it is 11, for 2 it is 12, for 3, 4 and 5, for 5 it is 1, 4 we have 70, and 3 we have 25. Four is 70 and 3 is 25. So this is clear on this part. Now these are the answers for the first 5 questions. Now going into so this part says find the number of triples of real numbers a, b, c such that a power 20 plus b power 20 plus c power 20 equals a power 24 plus b power 24 plus c power 24, which again equals 1. So a power 20 plus b power 20 plus c power 20 equals a power 24 plus b power 24 plus c power 24. Correct? This is the equation given to us. Now it's not so hard for us to see that 1, 0, 0 minus 1, 0, 0. And the permutations of these values are obvious results of this part. Correct? Because 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, that definitely adds up. So in that case, we've got 6 possibilities from here, because this has 3 permutations. So this has 3 factorial by 2 factorial permutations, and this has 3 factorial by 2 factorial. So we have 6 permutations from here. Now coming to the actual portion where we will struggle to find other real values. A power 20 plus b power 20 plus c power 20 is 1. This is given, and none of a, b, c are greater than or equal to 1. They're not even equal to 1. So in that case, what we can deduce is mod a less than 1, mod b less than 1, and mod c is less than 1. So for the values that are between 0 and 1, for instance take half. As you increase its powers, its value becomes 1, 4, 1 upon 8, 1 upon 16. So its value is deteriorating. So a power 20 is always greater than a power 24. B power 20 is always greater than B power 24, and C power 20 is always greater than C power 24. Now if we add up all the 3 inequalities, we definitely can understand that A power 20 plus B power 20 plus C power 20 is greater than A power 24 plus B power 24 plus C power 24. Now since this is established and we know that this part is not going to be equal to this part, there are no real numbers that satisfy this equality, and that again further equals to 1. So we have the answer pertaining to this question would be 6. Correct? Now moving further, determine the sum of all possible surface areas of a cube, two of whose vertices are. Now, you have to excuse my drawing skills. So this is a cube with vertices 1, 2, 0 and 3, 3, 2. So the vertices in three-dimensional geometry, I would prefer to choose this vertex as 1, 2, 0. I'll fix it up. Now, the second vertex depends on our decision to where to place it. With respect to this vertex, this part, this vertex, and this vertex, all three of these vertices are the same case, because now if we calculate the distance between both of these values, so this is root over 3 minus 1 whole square plus 3 minus 2 whole square plus 2 minus 0 whole square. Now this is 4 plus 1 plus 4. So the distance between two of these vertices is 3. Now it depends on us as to where we decide to put up those two vertices, because these three positions are 1. Now these three positions are 1 for this vertex, correct? Since these three positions, the value is d, or the value is, if we can say that the side length of the sphere, whatever is there, if we call that A, this part is A currently. So that is one type. And if you plot this distance between, if the vertex 3, 3, 2 was here, the distance would have been A into root 2, because this is A and this is A. So this distance is A root 2. Now I would like to name this D2, D1, and if the vertex 3, 3, 2 corresponds to this vertex, this entire thing, because here it is 3 root 2, now the same can be extended to this. So this is A root 2, and since this is A root 2 and this is A, this distance is going to be A root 3, correct? Now A root 3, so we have got three possibilities where the distance A could be equal to A1 could be equal to 3, A2 could be equal to 3 upon root 2, and A3 could be equal to 3 upon root 3, correct? Now we're asked to determine the sum of all possible surface areas. So the sum S would be, what is the formula of surface area of a cube? It is obviously each side would correspond to an area of A square. So the surface area would be 6A square, where the sum would stand as 6 into A1 square is 9 plus A2 square is 9 by 2 and A3 square is 3. So this corresponds to 6 9s 54. So this is again 3 9s 27. 54 27 is what? 81. 81 plus 18 is 99. So the answer would be 99. And next we have this question that let n be the smallest integer such that the sum of digits of n is divisible by 5. Let's write S of n as the sum of digits, and as well the sum of the digits of n plus 1 is also divisible by 5. Now what are the first two digits of n in the same order? Now I'd like to remind you that for any integer n, correct? For any integer n, the sum of digits this holds good, except except for when n ends with 9. Correct? So when n ends with 9, this does not hold good because n carries a 1 and thereafter the sum of digits change. So from this logic we can deduce that the last digit is 9. And extending the same logic, we can also deduce that the further digits till the fourth digit also have to be 9. The logic initially states that whenever there is a 1 carrying forward, the sum of the digits change, but since we are given that this is not equal to rather phi divides Sn and phi divides Sn plus 1. Now going forward with this logic, we arrive at the conclusion that there should be definitely 4 9s at the end of the number, and now to make the sum of these digits divisible by 9, the extra digit that has to be placed here is, since the sum of the digits currently is 36, the nearest multiple would be 40, where this has to be 4. Correct? Now it can be easily verified that the sum of the digits here is 40, and when 1 is added to it, it turns into 50,000, where the sum of digits would be 5. So this is the least number, this is the smallest such integer, and whereas the first two digits of n in the same order. So the first two digits of n would be 49. So the answer stands at 49 for this question. Further going on.
Hello students, good evening, this is Nikhil and this is question number 9 we are doing right now. Till now we have discussed 8 questions, this is 9th question and this is the problem based on grid. We have done so many questions on grid. It is saying that consider the digit Mn and it has two pair A, B and CD, and X is a night move pair if C is A plus minus 2 and D is B plus minus 1. So we will make a grid like this is. This position is 0, 0. This is 4, 0. This position 4, 4 and this is 0, 4. This means this is a 4 by 4 grid. So the condition is A minus C is plus minus 2 and B minus D is plus minus 1. Or we can say that A minus C is plus minus 1 and B minus D is plus minus 2. So we are bounded by 0 to 4. This means for A minus C plus minus 2 it can be 0, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4. Or we can reverse the order also like 2, 0, 3, 1 and 4, 2. Same if we consider for B minus D, it can be 0, 1, 2, 2, 3 and 3, 4. And we can reverse the order also like 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, 2 and 4, 3. So overall it's like 6 cases are there and 8 cases are there. So overall for this condition, this is 6 into 8, 48 cases are there. 48 cases are there. So similarly for this one also, we have 48 cases. Similarly for this one also we can have 48 cases. Overall it will be like 48 plus 48, 96 cases. All it is 48 plus 48, 96 cases. But we can see that in this question it is saying that move pairs, normal pairs, not ordered pairs. Like A, B, C, D, this is a pair. and C comma D and A comma B is also a pair. But because it is not ordered, so we can say that we have to half it, 96 by 2. So overall it is 48 pairs. So overall it is 48 number of moves in this. So now we'll move to question number 10 and it will be discussed by our same faculty, Gokul sir.
Now we're back with our questions. Going further. So the 10th question states, determine the number of positive integral values of P for which there exists a triangle with sides A, B and C. So A, B and C are the sides of a triangle which satisfy A square plus P square plus 9 into B square plus 9C square minus 6AB minus 6PBC is 0. Now obviously looking at the equation, my first instinct would say, tell me that we have to consider this a quadratic in A, but then upon taking a closer look, we could understand that this actually completes the square. Now when you separate the equations, you would get A square minus 6AB plus 9C square. Now this is one packet, and P square B square plus 9B square minus 6PBC is 0. Correct? Now, sorry, this is 9B square. So here it would be 9C square. Correct? Now we have separated the packets, and this packet would correspond to A minus 3C whole square plus this packet would correspond to PB minus 3C whole square. So that would PB minus 3C whole square is 0. Now this is the central idea of the question, and from here on it's just our manipulation that matters, because A becomes 3B and P into B becomes 3C. Now going, since they're given that it's a triangle with sides A, B, C, the triangle root states as what? A plus B is greater than C, A plus C is greater than B, and B plus C is greater than A. So from the first inequality we get A plus B is 4B, 4B is greater than C, C is PB by 3. So now we get P is less than 12, and from this value A plus C is greater than B. Now A plus C greater than B gives us what? A is to be 3B plus C is what? PB by 3. PB by 3 again is greater than B. Now cancelling upon B, we get P is greater than minus 6. Correct? Now moving further, B plus C. B plus C is identically, it would be actually helpful if we write C greater than A minus B, because this tends to A minus B is 2B, so C is greater than 2B, which implies for C to be greater than 2B, PB by 3 is greater than 2B, so P is greater than 6. Now we got that P is greater than 6 and is less than 12. So P can take integral values 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 5 integral values of P that suggests that there exists a triangle with sides A, B and C, and this condition whatever is given in A, B, C follows. Now again we have one more question where yes, 2b plus 1, it's an identical denominator. So if we add both of these equations, we would come to the fact that a plus 1 by 2b plus 1 plus 2b 1, 2b plus 1 by 3c plus 1 plus, now look at it, a plus 1 in the denominator, 3c and 1. So that's 3c plus 1 by a plus 1 is equal 1 plus 2, 3. Now obviously since you see a plus 1 in both the numerator and the denominator, similarly with the case goes with 2b plus 1 and 3c plus 1, it's easy for us to identify that our instinct, our gut should tell that am greater than or equal to gm must be applied. Now this expression, I'll write it E of A, B, C. So that expression now, since we've taken am greater than or equal to gm, since there are three terms, it would be a plus b plus c by 3 greater than or equal to cube root a, b, c. Now this part travels to a plus 1 by 2b plus 1 into 2b plus 1 by 3c plus 1 into 3c plus 1 by a plus 1. So this is resulting as what? This part is greater than or equal to, since this is 1, this part is greater than or equal to 3, and the equality holds when all of the terms are equal. If I say x by y is equal to y by z is equal to z by x, this obviously implies that x is equal to y is equal to z. So now going further, a plus 1 is equal to 2b plus 1 is equal to 3c plus 1. Now since all these parts are equal, this becomes 3 by a plus 1 is equal to 2. So a plus 1 tends to be 3 upon 2. Now a turns into, so we'll note down the values here. A becomes what? 3 by 2 minus 1. So this becomes 1 by 2. And then 2b plus 1 is also 3 by 2. So 2b becomes 1 by 2 and b becomes what? 1 by 4. Now again 3c plus 1 is also 3 by 2. So 3c plus 1, 3c becomes what? 1 minus 1 by 2, and that's 3 by 2 minus 1. So that's 1 by 2. Now c becomes 1 upon 6. Now we're supposed to find the value of 1 upon a, 1 upon b and 1 upon c. So that's 2 plus 4 plus 6, 12. Correct? Now we'll go to the next question. So we're asked to consider a square ABCD of side length 16. Note down it's not area, because when it's given a square and 16, you look at 16 and think it's area. But let EF be points on CD such that CE is EF is FD. Now since I'm more comfortable with coordinate geometry, I would like to, I'll take D here, D00, 0, A 0, 16. Now this is 16, 16, and this part would be 16, 0. Now we're given the information that CE is EF is FD. So EF are to be points that are located equidistant from this part. So this entire distance is 16. So this has to be 16 by 3, 0. And this is 32 by 3, 0. Now we're given that there exists a line BF and there also exists a line AE. Now BF and AE meet in M, and the question tends to area of triangle MAB. Now it's easy to identify the line AE. The line AE would be y minus, so the slope would be what? So the slope would be 16 minus 0 by 0 minus 32 by 3. So the slope would be minus 3 by 2. and the line thereafter would be y minus 0 is minus 3 by 2 into x minus 32 by 3. Further, the second slope would be 16 minus 0 again by 16 minus 16 by 3. So this would be 3 by 2. So BF equation would be y minus 0 is 3 by 2 into x minus 16 by 3. True? Now AE and BF intersect in a point, so y should be equal, which says minus 3 by 2 into x plus 16 is equal to 3 by 2 into x minus 8. Now this tends to 3x becomes what? 24. So x is 8. Putting back this in the lines, y would be 8 minus 16 by 3 is 8 by 3, so y would be 4. So the coordinates of the point M would be 8, 4. Now for vertices x1, x2, x2, x3, x2, y2 and x3, y3, the area would be half x1 minus x2, y1 minus y2, x2 minus x3 and y2 minus y3. So substituting the values of all the coordinates that we know, the area obviously, the area you would get would be, so this turns into 8 minus 0, 8. So this is 4, y is what? Y is 4, 4 minus 16, so minus 12. Similarly, 16 minus 8, 16 minus 4, 12. So the area would be 8 into 12, so the area is 96. So the answer for this question where the area of triangle MAB is 96. Correct? Now we're at question number 13 where 3 positive integers a, b, c with a greater than c satisfy the following. Now this is an equation that we've got, ac plus b is c. Now my first instinct seeing a greater than c was to use inequality, but then there's the approach would be ac minus a minus bc plus b plus c is 66. Now hereupon this would be a into c minus 1 minus b into c minus 1 plus c minus 1 is 65. Correct? Now upon simple factorization, a minus b plus 1 into c minus 1 is 65. Since all of them are positive integers, c minus 1 would be positive. So the positive factors would, the positive divisors would be 5, 13 or 13, 5. So in the case of 5, 13, a minus b plus 1, c will become 12. Correct? From here c will become 14. Substituting c is 14 and that, a plus b will become 18. A minus b plus 1 is 5, a minus b is 4. So this case states that a minus b is 4 and a plus b is 18. From where we'll get a is 11 and b is what? 7. But the given equation is, the given condition is that a should be greater than c. Now a is 11 in this case, but this the value of c would be 14. So this case is not valid. So we'll move on to the next case where c will become 6. C will become 6. So a plus b will become 26 and a minus b will become 12. So a minus b is 12. A plus b will become 26. And from here we have A is 19 and B is 7. Correct? So this condition, A is 19, C is 6. So A is greater than C. So this value, all the conditions are being satisfied. So the value of A would be 19. Now we'll move to the next question.
So, good morning everyone. So, today we are here to discuss the question number 14, which is recently asked in the today papers. So, in this question, what they are saying, initially there are 3 to the power 80 particles at the origin. What is the meaning? Suppose here 3 particles are there. Instead of 3 power 80, what I assume 3 particles are at the origin. Each steps the particles are moved point above the x-axis as follows. So what is the condition? Condition is that the particles will move n by 3. Suppose 3 particles are there. So what happens? One particle will move like x plus 1, y plus 1 coordinate. What is the meaning? Suppose this point is 0, 0. So what is x plus 1, y plus 1? 1, 1. So this point will become 1, 1. Okay? Now, what they are saying? N by 3 are moved to x, y plus 1. So what is the meaning of x, y plus 1? 0, 1. So this will move 0, 1. Okay. So one particle will move in this direction, one particle will move in this direction. Now, in the last segment, what they are saying? Remaining will go x minus 1, y plus 1. So what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this this is how much? 0 minus 1 is minus 1, 0 plus 1 is 1. So, like this. Means what we got from here, 3 particles are there, so one particle will come to coordinate number 1, 1. Okay? Then, one particle will come to 0, 1. And remaining one particle will come to minus 1, 1. But in the question what they are saying, number of particles is 3 to the power 80. So what is significance of this number? So what will I do? I just process by a simple example. For example, suppose 81 particles are there. So what happened? 81 particles means 3 to the power 4. So what I'll take? A small example of 3 to the power. I assume this 4 as 3 to the power 4. This is coordinate is 0, 0. Next what happened? After first iteration in this quadrant is 1, 1. How much particle will come? 3 to the power 3. Here divide by 3, 3 power 3. And here what happened? 3 power 3. So what we learn from here? One particle, this will become 3 power 3. This will become 3 power 3. This will become 3 power 3 in the first iteration. Okay? So what happened? They are saying after 80 step, they have to go at coordinate of 79, 80. What we observe from here? Every time their y coordinate will increase by 1. Y coordinate is increased by 1, but the x coordinate is sometimes it will decrease, sometimes it will constant, sometimes it will increase by 1. So what we got from the question, after 80 step, they are saying this will come at 79. This means this is possible only when one times they will move constant, means x will not change, and the remaining time they will always move forward. Forward means rightward direction. Every coordinate, 1 coordinate. So what happened? Again, this will move like this. This will move like this. This will move like this. So here what happened? Here 3 power 4, 3 power 3, 3 power 3, 3 power 3. Next segment, what happened here? 3 power 2. Here what happened? 3 power 2 from here, 3 power 2 from here. The 2 into 3 power 2. Here what happened? 3 into 3 power 3. Sorry, 3 power 2. Here what happened? 2 into 3 power 2. And here what happened? 3 power 2. See what we observe from here. Just like a Pascal triangle. 1 point, 3 points, then 5 points. Am I right? So this is how much iteration? 3 iteration. So after 3 iteration, 1, 2, 3. What happens? This will become 3 square. Am I right? Means this after 3 iteration, it will be subtracted by 2 units. Am I right? After 3 iteration, what happened? It will subtracted by 3 units. Next, this will become 3 square. So what happened? They are asking this coordinate is 2, 2. So assume what happened after 80 iteration. So this coordinate will become 80, 80. This coordinate will become 79, 80. Am I right? After 2 iteration, this will become 2. After 80 iteration, this will become how much? 80. Suppose first iteration this will become 1. यहाँ पे 1 into 3 power 3. 1 into 3 power 3. This will become 2 into 3 square. After 80th iteration, what happened? This will become 80 times 3 to the power. So first iteration, this will remove by 1. Second, this will reduce by 2. After 80th iteration, this will remove by 80. So this is the coordinate of what is the number of particles. So this coordinate represent number of particles at the 79, 80 after 80th step. So what is the 79, 80 after 80th step? What is the coordinate? The coordinate will be 80 times 3 to the power 80 minus 80 is nothing but 80 into 3 power 0, which is 80. So what will be the correct answer? Correct answer is nothing but 80. So hope this question is clear. Okay. Next question explain by the remaining sir.
Now students, we will be doing next question number 15. So let X be the set consisting of 20 positive integer and n plus 2 till n plus 38. Okay, these are the 20 positive integers. The smallest value for which any three numbers ABC belongs to X but not necessarily distinct. This means they can be same. We can take the values same. And they should form the sides of acute angle triangle. So what is the condition for acute triangle is the squares of sum of two sides should be greater than the third side, and in the meantime sum of two sides is also greater than the third side. This we have to ensure that these two conditions are met. So we can take that in this C is the largest side, C is the largest one, and A and B are smaller than C, So we can say that this is our C. We can assume that n plus 38 is C, and our A is n. So in the question it is mentioned that they are not necessarily distinct. For the smaller one, we can take B as n. Why? Because we have to find the smallest value. So n square plus n square should be greater than n plus 38 whole square, because A square plus B square is greater than C square. Or we can say that n square plus n square minus n plus 38 whole square should be greater than 0, or it is 2n square A plus B whole square, it is 38 square plus 76n should be greater than 0, or it is like n square minus 76n minus 38 square should be greater than 0. Okay, or n square minus 76n should be greater than 38 square. It should be greater than 38 square. So first we'll make complete the square. We'll complete it square. So we'll add 38 square both sides. So it will be like n square minus 76n plus 38 square. It is greater than 38 square plus 38 square. So it will be a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this will be like n minus 38 whole square. So it should be greater than 2 times 38 square. It should be greater than 2 times 38 square. Or if you put square root to the right side, so n minus 38 should be greater than root 2 38. So it should be greater than root 2 38. So if we transport 38 to right side, it will be like n should be greater than 38 root 2 plus 38, or n should be greater than 38 common root 2 plus 1. Root 2 is almost 1.4, so n is greater than 38 into 2.4. So if you multiply 38 by 2.4, you will get approximately 91.7. You will get approximately 91.7. So nearest value positive integer is 92. So our answer is 92 for this question. N is equals to 92. So our next question will be discussed by next sir.
Okay, next one question is question number 16 is the next one question. So basically this one question are related to function. This one is argument is different given है ना कि let f r to r be the function satisfied the relation of this ना. So first of all कि this one is what 4 of f of 3 minus of x plus of 3 of x is equals to x square. Now considering this one is the equation first, and now argument change. If x is replaced by 3 minus of x, this one is nothing but 4 times of x and plus of 3 times of f of 3 minus of x is equals to 3 minus of x square. This is the second equation. Okay, so basically in this question you find f of x, and now this one is the just multiplied by 4, and now this one is multiplied by 3, and so that this one and this one is 4 times of this, and now this one is 3 times. That's why this one is multiplied by 3 now. This one is 3, and now this one is 4, and now if you set a 4 4 ja 16 and minus 9, this one is nothing but 7 of f of x, and this one is what 4 times of 3 minus of x whole square and minus of 3 of x square, and now f of x is nothing but 4 times of 3 minus of x whole square minus of 3 of x square and whole divided by and 7, and now according to question you find f of 27 minus of f of 25, and that's why f of 27 minus of f of 25 is equals to, so 1 by first thing, listen, wait. First thing, if simplify that this one, after this f of x is equals to 1 by 7 as it is, and now this one is the 4x square minus x square is x square, and now 3 2 ja 6 6 4 ja 24 of x, and 3 3 ja 9 4 ja 36. Okay, so now f of 27 minus of f of 25 is equals to what? So 1 by 7 is the constant value. So that's why 27 square minus of 25 of x square, and now this one is minus of 24 as it is, and now 27 minus of 25. Okay, so basically 36 cancel out, and now this can be write like this, 1 by 7, and now a plus b, a square minus b square is nothing but 27 plus of 25 and into 2 and 24 into 2. Okay, so 52 into 2 is nothing but 1 by 7 is equals to 104 minus of 48. Okay, and now subtract 1 by 7. This one is nothing but 14 minus 8 is nothing but 6, and 9 minus 4 is 5, and this one is the 8. So final answer in this question, final answer is this question is 8. Okay. So now next one question. So now next one question is basically है ना based on the geometrical problem है ना given that कि consider an isosceles triangle ABC with side BC is 30 and CA and CB like this. Okay. So suppose this one is given isosceles triangle. Okay. And this one is A, this one is B, and this one is C. AB and AC are 20 20 like ठीक है. Let D be the foot of the perpendicular from A to BC. Okay. And now draw a perpendicular. This one is the D. Okay, let PQ be a chord of a circumcircle. So now just construct a circumcircle like this. Okay, and let me draw point of AD. Let PQ be the chord of the circumcircle of the triangle ABC such that M lies on the PQ, and PQ is parallel to BC. Okay, this one is the point M, and given that this one point is M, and this one point is P and Q. And now suppose considering this one is L or this one is N. Now this one point. Okay. So you know that na, according to midpoint theorem, suppose BC is given now. BC is 30, and that's why if BC is 30 and now midpoint theorem Ln is what? 15. And now I'm considering, basically you find the length of PQ now, that's why I'm considering this one is the length X and this one is also X. Okay. So you know that na, ki in circle theorem is like this. If two chords are like this, P and Q and Mn are the chord hai, and now suppose this one point is O and this one is what? PO into OQ and is equals to MO into what? ON. Okay, now applying this one is, according to this, this one is L now. So PL into what? LQ is equals to BL into AL. Okay, and now PL nothing but X into LQ length is what? This one length is 15 now. This one is 15, this one is 15, this one is 10. That's why this one is total length 15 plus of X is equals to, and now this one is the 10 and 10 now. That's why this one is 10 into 10. And now this one is X square plus of 15 of X minus of 100 is equals to 0. And now its factor is 20 into 5. So that's why its factor is nothing but X plus 20 and X minus of 5 is equals to 0. Okay. And now this one is the from this length X negative, X never be negative, that's why this one is reject. So possible value of X is 5. And so total length of PQ is what? PL plus of Ln and plus of NQ. Okay. So PL is what? 5 plus 5 is 10. That's why 5 plus Ln is nothing but 15 and plus of 5. And total answer is 25. So in this question, the final answer is 25. Okay. Okay. Next one question.
Hello, I'm back. So we'll move to the next question where we're given that let P, B, P, Q are two-digit numbers. So P, Q are two-digit numbers. Now, given that P, Q are two-digit numbers, we're also given that none of them are divisible by 10. So they're not divisible by 10. And R is the four-digit number by putting the digits of P followed by the digits of Q in order. So R is a number where digits of P and Q are put side by side in order. So we're also given that as P, Q vary, a computer prints R on the screen if GCD of P, Q is 1. So GCD of P, Q is 1. Now we're also given that P plus Q divides R, only in that case the computer prints R. Now P plus Q should divide R. So we're asked to retrieve the largest possible number, the largest possible such number. So obviously, going by so Q is a 2-digit number, so this would be 10 power 0, 10 power 1, 10 square, right? So R would be 100P plus Q. Now R is divisible by P plus Q. So R is what? 100P plus Q. So that's 100P plus Q by P plus Q, which is 1 plus 99 P by P plus Q. We also know that since GCD of P comma Q is 1, GCD of P comma P plus Q is also 1. Correct? Now since GCD of P comma P plus Q is 1, this part P plus P by Q is not being reduced to lower terms. So P plus Q is a multiple of 99. And since P and Q are 2-digit numbers, the only possible such value is 99. Now the factors of 99, how can 99 be added of 2-digit numbers? First we'll take 89 and 10. The first case would be 89 and 10 because they are 2-digit numbers. But then none of the numbers are divisible by 10, so this is not a case. Next we'll go to 88 and 11. 88 and 11 is a possible case because none of them are divisible by 10. But then GCD of P comma Q is 1. But GCD of this number is what? 11. So this number can also be discarded. Going further, 87 is a possible value. 87 is a possible value, and then 87, so 12. Correct? 87 and 12. But 87 is what? 3 into 19 and 3 into 4, so the GCD is 3. This is also not possible. After which we have 86 and 13. 86 and 13, obviously the GCD is 1. So 86 and 13 are the required P and Q values for us. So when we put them in order, 8613. Now we're asked to find the number formed by the last 2 digits of n. So 13 is our answer. Correct? This number is nothing but GCD manipulation. Now our senior faculty Kamlesh sir will take on.
Okay, question number 20. On a natural number n, you are allowed 2 operations, either multiplied by 2 or subtracted 3 from n. Okay, for example, starting with 8, you can reach 13 as 8 into 2 minus 3, that is 13. The same pattern we have to follow. You need 2 steps and you cannot do less than 2 steps. Starting from 11, what is the least number of steps required to reach 121? Okay. So I'm starting with 11. Okay. 11 minus 3, that is 8. 8 minus 3, that is 5. 5 into 2, that is 10. 10 into 2, 20. 20 minus 3, that is 17. Then 17 into 2, 34. 34 minus 3, 31. Into 2, that is 62. Into 2, 124. And minus 3, 121. Okay, that is the possible least number of steps. So let's count these steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So least number of steps required to move from 11 to 121 by following this pattern. So for this question, 10 is the right answer. Okay, next question is an integer n is such that greatest integer of n by 9 is a 3-digit number with equal digits. That means if you find n by 9 greatest integer, this number should be of the form a, that means all 3 digits should be equal. And one more condition is given, that is n minus 172. Greatest integer of n minus 172 divided by 4. Their greatest integer should be 4-digit number. 4-digit number formed by 202024. Okay. So if you see this pattern and if you multiply with 9, okay, that means this number n should be, that means minimum value should be more than 8000. Okay. That means if you consider this number in the form 111, 222 up to 888 and 999. Okay. Only possibility for n minus 172 will be more than 8000 if you take that number as a 99 and 9. That means n by 9, that should be 999. So n is, if you multiply, I think you will get 8991, right? So if you substitute n as a 8991 minus 172 divided by 4. So what will be that? 11 minus 2, that is 9. Then 8 minus 7, that is 1. Then 9 minus 1, 8, 8, and then divided by 4. So that will be 2, 2, 0, 4 point something. Okay, if you take its greatest integer, then that will be 2204. Okay, so we should consider n as a 8991. Now the question is, what will be the remainder when n is divided by 100? So if you divide this number 8991 by 100, I think you will get remainder as 91. Okay, so for this question, it should be 91, right? Next question is, in triangle ABC, angle BAC is 90 degree and D is the point on BC, such that AB plus BD is equals to AC plus CD. Okay, so consider triangle, right angle triangle ABC, right? Let's say angle BAC is 90 degree. Let's say this angle is A, B, and C, and D is a point on BC, such that AB plus BD equals to AC plus CD, right? One more condition is given, that is BD upon DC. BD upon DC is given as 2:1, and AC upon AB is given as m plus under root P by n. Then we have to find the value of m plus n plus P. Okay, so let's say AB as x, AB as x, and AC as z, and BD as y. So AB plus BD, that means x plus y, and that should be equals to AC plus CD, right? So if you consider this number as a z, CD will be, I think, ax plus y minus z. Okay, using BD equals to 2 DC, BD equals to 2 DC. What is BD? BD we have taken y and 2 times of DC, so 2 times of x plus y minus z. So here you will get y equals to z minus x. Now if y is z minus x, then what is BC? Actually BC is 3 times of y, that is 3 times of z minus x. So we got value of BC in terms of z and x. Now in triangle ABC, we can use Pythagoras, that is x square plus Z square equals to BC square, and BC we got 3 times of Z minus X. So 3 times Z minus X whole square. Okay, so that is equals to Ax square plus Z square equals to 9 times Z square plus X square minus 2 times Zx. So Ax square plus Y square equals to 8x square, 9 Ax square plus 9 Z square minus 18 Zx equals to 0. So if you simplify, I think you will get 8x square minus, I think 18 Zx plus 8 Z square equals to 0. That means 4 Z square minus 9 Zx plus 4 x square equals to 0. Now since we need to find AC by AB, that means Z by X is required. So divide both sides with X. So I think we got 4 times Z by X whole square minus 9 times Z by X and plus 4 equals to 0. So I think what we are getting 4 times of Z by X whole square and minus 9 times Z by X and plus 4 equals to 0. Z by X is required, so Z by X is minus B plus under root B square minus 4AC divided by 2A. 2 into 4. So 9 plus minus under root 81 minus 64, I think 17 divided by 8. Okay, and that is given in the form m plus under root p. M plus under root p divided by n. Okay. So if you compare this expression, we are getting m equals to 9, p equals to 17, and n equals to 8. So you have to find m plus n plus p. So that is 9 plus 8 plus 17. I think 34. So correct answer is 34 for this question. Okay. Next question.
Hello students, now we'll be doing last three questions, that is 28, 29 and 30. Then we'll resume our questions, next questions 23, 24 that are pending. So now question number 28, we are doing it. Find the largest positive integer n less than 30 for which half of n8 plus 3n4 minus 4 is not divisible by the square of any prime number. It is not divisible by the square of any prime number. So if you factorize it, let this be a. So a is half of, if you factorize it, it will be like n4 plus 4 and n4 minus 1. If you factorize this, you will get n4 plus 4 and n4 minus 1. So here we can also factorize this second term. It will be like n square minus 1 and n square plus 1. N square minus 1 and n square plus 1. Again we can factorize n square minus 1. So it will be like half of n4 plus 4 n minus 1 and n plus 1 into n square plus 1. So n minus 1 n plus 1 into n square plus 1. So we have to find the largest positive integer, that is when n is less than 30. When n is less than 30. Okay. So in this case, suppose by hit and trial method we can find out. If you put n equals to 1, then a will be 0 because 1 minus 1 is 0. Again, if you put n equals to 2, you will find that this value is again divisible by some number. If you put n equals, suppose we will find the value. So it will be like half into 2 raised to the power over 16, 16 plus 4 is 20. And 2 minus 1 is 1. Again 2 plus 1 is 3 and this 2 square plus 1 is 5. So this is again divisible by some prime numbers because 20 is again 5 will be there, 5 into 5. We have to find that it will not be divisible by square of any prime number. That is 5 square we are getting in when n is equal to 2. We are getting 5 square because 20 is 2 into 2 into 5. So 5 is repeating itself, 5 square we are getting. So again if you find, suppose for n equals to 3, if you try to find out n equals to 3, so a will be half into 3 raised to the power 4 plus 4 into 3 raised to the power 4 into 3 square, sorry, this we have to find that. So into 3 square minus 1 into 3 square plus 1. So it will be like half into 3 raised to the power 4 is 81. 81 plus 4 is 85. Here it is 3 square minus 1 is 8. And again here 3 square plus 1 is 10. So you can see that 2 is coming here. 2 is repeating itself. Okay, and 5 is also repeating itself because 85 is 5 into 17 and 2 is also 5 2 into 5. So if you try to put every value, you can see that either it is double 0 or it is divisible by 5 square, 13 square or 17 square. Every time it will repeat itself. But if you put n equals to 29 in this bracket, suppose you put n equals to 29 less than 30. So if you put n equals to 29 here, so our equation is half n4 plus 4 it is half n4 plus 4 and n square minus 1 means n minus 1 n plus 1 into n square plus 1 it is. Into n square plus 1 it is. Okay. So it is n square plus 1. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. So if you put n equals to 29 here, so it will be like half 29 raised to the power 4 plus 4. 29 minus 1 is 28 you will get. And 29 plus 1 30 you will get. And it will be 29 square plus 1. So we will not get the repeated number. You will not get the repeated number because these will be twin prime numbers. You will not get the twin numbers. So for n equals to 29, it is not divisible. So for n equals to 29, it will not be divisible by any square number, any square of prime number. Okay. So now our next question is question number 29. So question number 29, let n equals to 2 raised to the power 19, 3 raised to the power 12. And let m denote the number of positive divisors of n square. It denotes the number of positive divisor of n square which are less than n but would not divide n. What is the number formed by taking the last 2 digits of m? First we have to find the value of m. So n is here 2 raised to the power 19, 3 raised to the power 12 and n square will be 2 raised to the power 38 and 3 raised to the power 24. So its factors are or divisors are, the formula is n plus 1 into m plus 1. So 39 into 25, that is 975. But this number will be repeating itself, so you have to remove it. So 95 minus 1 will be 974. 974. And half of it will be greater than n. Half of it will be greater than n. So 974 by 2 is 487. That are the divisors for n. Now for n, the total divisor are what? It will be like 20 into 13. 20 into 13, that is 260. 20 into 13, that is 260. For n square, it is 487 for n square, because if you suppose this value as 2p plus 1 and p will be, n will be greater than p. If you take half the values, n will be greater than p. So for m, this means that the m is what? That is not dividing n. That would not divide n. So m will be 487 minus 260, that is 227. That is 227. So m is 227. We are getting m as 227. These are the number which will not divide n. So you have to find the last two digits of m. Last two digits of m. So last two digits of m will be 27. So last two digits of m will be 27. Now we move to question number 30. Let ABC a right angle triangle with angle B at 90 degree. ABC be a right angle triangle and B will be 90 degree. So B's are 90 degree. Okay, B's are 90 degree. Let the length of the altitude BD, let the length of the altitude BD be 12. That is 12. So what is the minimum possible length of AC given that AC and the perimeter of triangle ABC are integers? This means AC should belong to Z, integers, and AB plus BC plus AC is also belongs to Z. Or we can say that AB plus BC belongs to Z. This means other two sides are also integers. They cannot be integer, we can say that, but their sum is integer. Their sum is integer. AB plus BC is integer. Now we'll assume some sides here. If I take this as x and this is y, and suppose this whole side is z, AC is z, we have to find z. Okay. Now if you take this as a, so this will be z minus a. This will be z minus a. Okay. So now in right angle triangle ABC, if you see, z square equals to x square plus y square. In right angle triangle ABC, z square equals to x square plus y square, and same if try, this is the altitude. Okay, this is an altitude. So in triangle ADB, x square will be a square plus 12 square, or x square is what? A square plus 144. Similarly in triangle BDC, this is hypotenuse. So y square will be 12 square plus z minus a whole square. Z minus a whole square. Okay. So if this is, suppose this equation is second one and this is third one, and this is our first equation. This is our first equation. Okay. So it will like y square is 144 plus z square plus a square minus 2za minus 2za. So let this will be third. This is our third equation. So if you add this one, like second and third, if you add these two equations, x square plus y square will be on left side, and a square plus a square will be 2a square. 144 plus 144 is 288. Now we are left with z square and minus 2za. These are only two terms left. Okay. Now from equation number 1, x plus y square is z square. X plus y square is z square. So I will substitute this. So z square equals to 2a square plus 288 plus z square minus 2az. So z square will cancel each other. Okay. So now equation is, now next our equation will be 0 equals to 2a square plus, so I'll take the second term, we'll follow the order of the quadratic equation. So it will be minus 2az plus 288, or 0 equals to a square minus az plus 144. 0 equals to a square minus az plus 144. Now this is the quadratic equation in A, because it's a square. It is a quadratic equation in A. Okay. So I'll erase some steps here to make some space. Okay, I'll erase some steps. So it will be, the equation will continue this equation here. So our equation will be a square minus az plus 144 equals to 0. So if you use the quadratic formula here, a will be what? If you take this value, it will be like minus z is plus z plus minus square root of z square minus 4 into AC. This means 576 divided by 2. 2 into A is 2 only. Okay. Now this point is we have to find the value in integer form. ABC is in integer form. This means this bracket needs to be integer. This means square root of z square minus 576 is to be integer. So minimum value z can take is, first it can take is 24. First it can take is 24 because 24 square is 576 and 576 minus 576 0. So if we take z as 24, then we will find that other sides in the triangle will be not integer. They are not integer. But if you take x as 25, z as 25, if you take z as 25, then we will find that x will be 16 and y will be 9. X will be 16 and x will be 15. So if you take the other values, if you take, then x will be 20 and y will be 15. Y will be 15. If you substitute the values in our equation, like we find x 20 here, okay, z as 25 here. So if you try to find the other values, you will get x as 20 and y as 15 if you solve all the equations. So this is the only value that is satisfying when these are integers. This means the sides are integers, and if you add them, their perimeter will be 60. The perimeter will be 60, and that is also an integer value. So the minimum value AC can take is 25. So answer for this side AC is 25. Okay. So for now, next questions, our next faculty will continue. Thank you.
(26) निकाल दो. Hello students, this is a integer function. It is not a mod, it is integer function. So it is a very simple question. First we think, if we 15, can we write this question 1 plus 15 plus 15x plus 15x square equal to x integer cube. If we take 15 common, it is 1 plus x square equal to x integer cube minus 1. So it will be factorized. It is x integer minus 1 into x integer square plus x integer plus 1. And it is equal to 15, 1 plus x square. So there are two cases. Simple. What are the cases? First case first, if x is an integer. If x is an integer, so you see that this will be cancelled out. Yes or no? So x is integer, it should be equal to x. So these will be cancelled out. So x integer equal to 16. So one answer is our 16, and we see that answer will be greater than 16. So suppose x is not an integer. Suppose x is not an integer. So answer will be greater than 17 something. So if we calculate, if suppose x belong to 17 to 18, suppose, then if we take f, suppose this value is fx. Suppose fx equal to 116 plus x, 15x plus 15x square, and suppose it is an integer I cube. So if we find the value of this expression f17 into f18, let you think f17 into f18, it should be negative. It means one number is something over 17 point something, and if you consider f18 into 19, f18 into f19, it will be 18 into 19. If you see 18 into 19, it is a constant, है ना? X is variable, so 18 into 19, if you calculate, it is a positive number, है ना? So it means x is 17. So x integer should be 17, and we have to find the sum of x integer values. It is x integer, so sum is our 16 plus 17 is the answer. And this is the solution of this question, and this is a very simple question, I think, and this is a question in general. If you read function chapter, this is a general question, I think. Every teacher take this example. Okay, thank you. हाँ कर दूँगा, इसके बाद कर दूँगा.
Okay, so the next question is question number 24. What in the question they are asking? Consider the set f of all polynomial whose coefficient are in set of 0 to 1. For example, f will be any polynomial of degree x to the power n, x to the power n minus 1 or anything. So this coefficient was always either 0 or either 1. Now what they are asking, let qx is xq plus x plus 1. The number of polynomial px in f of degree 14 such that the product px into qx is also in f. Means what they are asking, ki px we have to find, okay, px we have to find, but the degree of px is 14. Suppose px is x power 14 and so on. Now qx is xq plus x plus 1. So if we multiply these two equations, so what I got from here, x power 14 plus suppose x power 13 plus anything into xq plus x plus 1. So what I notice from here, if I multiply, this will become x power 17, which is totally acceptable because this will be either 0 or this will be either 1. Plus, if this number will multiply, x power 14 plus 1, this will become x power 14. And if this x will multiply by this xq, so this will become how much? Again, x power 14. So what happened? Plus so many terms are there. So what happened in short? X power 17 plus 2 times of x to the power 14, which will never be acceptable, because the condition is कि anyhow x to the power 14 coefficient should always either 0 or either 1. So what we learn from here, कि whenever x to the power 14 will be 1, x power 13, x power 12 and x power 11, all three coefficients simultaneously will become 0, then only it will be possible. Okay, so what I saw, कि whenever we have to write px, the px will be x power 14, next term will be x power 10, or we can write next term will be, if x power 10 will be either 0 or with either 1. If x power 10 coefficient will be 1, the remaining again, so what we can learn from here, कि px is equal to x power 14, now this is x power 13, x power 12, x power 11, all three coefficients will simultaneously 0. Now x power 10 has two choices, either it will be 0 or it will be 1. If x power 10 coefficient will be 1, then what will we have, कि x power 9, x power 8 plus x power 7, all three coefficients will simultaneously 0. Otherwise, this coefficient will become the coefficient of overall will be 2. So, either this will be 0, this will be one case, or this will be 1, this is other case. So, from here we have to make the cases, कि either x power 10 coefficient will be 0 or x power 10 coefficient will be 1. If x power 10 coefficient will be 0, next will be x power 9. X power 9 has again two options, either it will be 0 or it will be 1. If x power 9 coefficient will be 1, again x power 7, x power 6 plus x power 5 will be 0. So what we learn from here, कि आप